everybody, it's EK from EK Gorman Designs, and I am sneaking in today with a challenge card from 52 Christmas Card Throwdown. It's a sketch challenge this week, and it's a nice layered sketch, and I have a couple new toys to play with, so I thought I'd mess around with my new toys. In the category of new toys I'm playing around with, I have a new mount, a new camera mount, and I'm actually using a new camera. It's an old camera to me, but I'm using it in a new way, aka recording videos. And seeing how this works, the learning curve is high on this one, but I will figure it out and figure out how to make it work. For my card today, I started with the Stamp Timber holiday stamp from Simon Says Stamps, and just grabbed a bunch of Distress Oxides that were holiday colored, and decided to moosh some color all over the stamp. So that way there wasn't a logical reason or order of the colors I was using. It just kind of was a blurb. Basically, I was creating my own paper with this stamp. And I wanted a less than perfect stamp. And for me, somebody who can't naturally stamp, less than perfect is easy to do because world's worst stamper over here. The brown I only put, the vintage photo, not brown, vintage photo, I only put around the edges so that way that brown color kind of just were around the corners of the paper. And I pressed down knowing I would miss spots because, again, world's worst stamper. But I love how the color came out. Again, new mount, didn't realize the autofocus took a little bit more time than it does. I also used the Stamp Timber die set, the holiday wafer dies, the Christmas icon wafers, and pulled a bunch of papers from a recollection and scraps I had to die cut, and then die cut all the images. I pulled a piece of cardstock to mount the the stamped paper I made a slit to go along with the sketch, and then die cut all the bits and baubles from the die set to create the card. And then I just started layering and playing around with where I wanted to put things so I would match up with the sketch for this week's challenge. This was kind of a fun, I don't know, I probably picked all the wrong colors of paper. This layering thing is not my go-to. Anybody who's been around and watched my stuff for a while knows that I sometimes really struggle when I play with paper. But I want to get better at it. I probably picked the wrong papers to do this layering technique, but in the end, I think I figured out a way to make everything pop. I do think definitely adding the green paper back into all the die cut really, really helped. And I love how the Noel pops out of the background of it. I'm using my Tombow Mono glue because it's really what I could reach for. And just putting all the little bits and baubles back into the little candy cane to make it work. I don't know how I would have done the paper piecing on this one without my quick stick. I love this tool. If you don't have one of these and you paper piece, you've got to pick one up. It basically allows you... I am a clod and cannot pick things up with my fingers, as you can tell often by what I'm doing. And this little tool just kind of solves all these problems for me. And the end of it's my favorite because it wipes up glue, any glue splooges. I grabbed my score tape, and I completely failed to tape me putting the red matte paper, red cardstock matte down onto a card frame. It's okay. I do it in the end. I just do it off camera. So it is mounted to an A2 card frame. I almost always use white cardstock to make my card frames just because I like a nice clean inside to be able to write notes. I didn't finish this inside of this card, but that was specifically because I don't know which one I want to put in there yet. With a sentiment as simple as Noel, you really can go anywhere, and I don't know who's getting the card, and that often kind of dictates what I put in the card. So I've got everything glued down, and now I'm just adding, there's some little white stars that come in the die set. I'm just adding them back on and putting, yeah, you'll see I messed up and then fixed it. Ta-da! Fixed. Finding the right place for that last little star kind of was special. I realized I needed a little something more to help things pop, so I pulled out some red crystal stickers and just put in 3 different sizes, and it's amazing how just adding those 3 really kind of grounded everything. Now, like I said, I know I used the wrong paper to layer this card, but I needed to help the circles pop and stand out, so I pulled out a distress marker, and I think it's in Fired Brick because I don't own them all. And of course, I forgot that these markers don't always work great on the little nibs side. At least mine don't. But I got it to work well enough, and that little bit of outlining around the circle really helped everything pop. It helped differentiate my layers. I probably could have done this by using some three-dimensional tape. It didn't occur to me at the time. Three-dimensional tape doesn't occur to me often because I'm a colorer and I like to make single layer cards. So the final thing I did here was pull out my Spectrum Noir sparkle pen and added it over those little stars. You can't see it here, but they really do sparkle nicely at the end. Just adding a little bit of flair and touch to it. And that's it. That is how I played along with this week's sketch for the 52 Christmas Card Throwdown Challenge. It's a week-long challenge. I hope you join us over at 52 Christmas Card Throwdown. Thanks for joining me here today. If you like what you're seeing, I don't often put holiday cards on here. Click the thumbs up and I'll know you want to see more like it. Thanks for watching today. Bye.